good. Woo!
As you were saying though, I just graduated, so it's like, it's so weird. Like when you go in the store, you see all the school supplies for like the little kids. You know, I have sisters, they're going back to school, and it's like, wow, like you really step back and you think about it. Like my whole life I've spent in school. In school I've met some pretty weird people. I'm pretty sure those of you that have kids, your kids come home and tell you some weird stories, right? Raise your hands, how many of you guys are going back to school starting next Monday? Whether it be elementary, middle, or high school.
Woohoo!
Yay!
For the people that don't have to watch you anymore. Like your parents, they get a break. No, but like I remember some stories when I was in school. Like one time, I think I was in elementary school, and there was a kid, he was deathly afraid of ketchup. Like it was the weirdest thing, like you take out ketchup, you know, you're just eating your lunch like normal. And he'd like start crying if you took out like ketchup for like chicken or anything. Like he'd have a heart attack and he'd like start crying. And I thought it was like the weirdest thing. Or like one time I had this teacher, I remember, you go into class and like you're not allowed to chew gum because like, you know, kids are responsible to put it under the desk or whatever. So she was, supposedly she was afraid of cows. So you go into class, you know, and if she saw you chewing gum, she was going to assume you're a cow, and you have to get up and you have to start moving across the classroom. She didn't want you chewing gum in her class. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And I guess like one time she went cow tipping or something, and she went to go tip over a cow, and she scared it, and it like ran over her. So ever since then, she kind of freaked out. She would go to her class to like freak out. So one time I guess I didn't realize I was chewing gum in class before, because the teacher didn't really care. And I go to her class, I'm chewing gum, and she's like, oh, get up and start moving. I was like, are you kidding me about moving in front of this whole class? Like, that's embarrassing. She's like, no, you gotta get up and move. So I was like, okay, I was like, move. And then she's like, no, you need to keep moving. And she made me move the whole class. I was like, this is weird. Or like one time I remember in middle school, like if you were late to class, normally you just get a detention, like here you go, come after school. No, you had to go to the classroom next door with a bunch of people, and you had to get up and you had to sing I'm a Little Teapot in front of the kids that are singing with you. And you had to do little movements in the dance too, and that was your detention. I'd much rather stay an hour after school, I'm sorry. But like as you get older and you get a job, people are so weird. Like you think that like once you're out of school, you know, like it's not as weird. But like I work in retail, and I remember like the other day, it was so funny too, like I was telling the people I work with. This lady comes in, you know, there was like a new guy, he had just started, and he was working in like the department that the lady wanted something in. She said she wanted something for bacon. So the guy was showing her like something to cook it from, and she's like, no, I want something to transport bacon. And I'm looking at her like, what? And she's like, no, I need a container to help me transport bacon from the store. So I'm like, how much bacon do you buy? Like, is it really that serious? And then so I'm like, okay, so I just show her like a container that you can put bacon in, I'm assuming, you know. So then she's like, and keep in mind, this is like my grandma old lady, like she was short, you know. She was really short, she was Hispanic, you know, because she had an accent, and she was like, just old. So I'm trying to help her, and I give her the container. She says to me, she goes, is this gonna work? I was like, I think it should. Like, you're transporting bacon, what do you need it for? And then so she's like, okay, well if this doesn't work, she goes, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna kill you. So I thought this was a joke, like I laughed in her face, and here's my grandma tell me she's gonna kill me. She's like, I'm serious. She goes, I'm gonna get a gun, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna shoot you. I was like, okay, I still laughed. And then she looked at me, she goes, what's your name? She reads my name tag, she goes, Christina. But my name's actually Kristen, but it's funny, because my manager that I don't like, her name is Christina. She goes, okay, so she leaves with the container, she's like, you better be ready. She goes, I'm coming back for you. She left. I never seen her again, but I was telling people, they're like, why didn't you report that? I would have been scared. I was like, no, it was my grandma. Like, but then the other day, like, they told my manager to joke, come up and tell me, he's like, yo, someone came in the store, they were looking for you the other day. I was like, that wasn't me. I'm trying to think. I've ran into some pretty weird people at work, though. Like, they come in and look for the weirdest stuff. And it's like, okay, if you don't see something on the counter, like there's trash bins or whatever for like your bathroom, because those of you that don't know, I work at Bed Bath & Beyond. And they'll come in and they're looking for something for their bathroom, and it's like, oh, do you have this item in this color and that whatever? It's like, do you see that item in that color? No. Then no, we don't have it. What do you want me to do? Or like, or if like, I remember one time there's like, this guy wanted some item that we sold online, or that he said that we had. So I looked it up, and it said we had one in the whole store. So he was standing next to me, so he saw that it had one. So I'm like, all right, I'll go in the back, I'll take a look. But chances are, I'm not going to find it. The store is huge, and it's one item. So he's like, okay. So I go in the back, and I spent like 30 minutes looking for this item, and I come back, and he's yelling at me because he says I can't find it. He's like, you have to have one, and I need it. I'm going on vacation tomorrow or something. And I was like, okay, well, go to a different store. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't have it. And he got so mad, and he started yelling at me. Or one time, there's this lady. She tried to get Olive Garden gift card, and she tried to use a coupon. You can't use a coupon if you buy a gift card. Like, I wish life worked like that, but it doesn't. Like, all these old people with their coupons, they come in and it's a coupon per item. So they come in with a whole stack of them, and my job takes expired coupons. I got coupons from like 2000, and I'm like, you saved these from like that old? And they're like, yep, I got a ton. I saved them all up for one trip. I was like, I've been saving since 2000 to come and save 20% off my whole purchase. Or like, they have this thing where if you forget your coupons at home, because like a lot of people do that, you can come back in and they'll do an adjustment. But it's actually a lot of work for us, but I guess they do it to accommodate the customer. So this one lady comes in and she's like, okay, I want to take 20% off of my full purchase from the old receipt because she brought the new coupon. So I was like, okay, I had to spend an hour typing everything in, and then she's getting mad at me. I was like, I'm giving you the money back. Calm down. But working's not bad, you know. I think it gets better, probably. Hopefully it gets better. No, does it get any better as you get older? No. Yeah, like I look at it and I'm like, man, I want to go back to school.
There, so quickly.
But then once I probably go back to school after a week, I'm being like, I'm not getting paid for this. I'd rather go to work. Well, that's it. That's all I got.
All right, Kristen. Give it up for Kristen.